Hello, Laker fans. My name is Kobe Sato, and this is a Laker Holics live post-game show. Thank you to the people currently streaming through YouTube and Facebook. Make sure to subscribe. Thanks for the support. Another tough night for the Lakers, who lost the game tonight down at Crypto.com Arena to the Charlotte Hornets. Homecoming for LaMelo Ball tonight with the final score of 134 to 130. The Lakers currently are 8-8 at home, 5-11 on the road with the overall record of 13-19, which currently in their Western Conference is 13th. This Hornets team, not very impressive. They're on they're towards the bottom in the league in terms of offensive and defensive offense and defense this season. They're the fourth worst team in the NBA, and the Lakers lost a game where they had LeBron on the roster tonight. They had Russ, who came back. Austin Reeves came back tonight. So they had players in the rotation. Obviously, Anthony Davis isn't in the lineup, but was definitely a winnable game. The Lakers shouldn't have lost this game to begin with. This, you could say, for a pre-January game, is kind of a must-win game for the Lakers, who need to win as much against subpar 500 teams as possible. Thomas Bryant tonight, I don't really like what I saw from him tonight. He wasn't very efficient for us. Just looking at the stat sheet tonight, he had 8 points with 33 minutes. He did have 13 boards tonight, though, so can't knock him for that. But there was a few plays where Mason Plumlee down low just outbodied him, and Thomas Bryant's defense was not on par tonight for my liking, at least. There was a play down the stretch with 32 seconds left in the game where the Lakers ended up coming back. You could see here in the fourth quarter they made a rally, having 6 more points than Charlotte in the fourth quarter. Coming back, and it was tied 130, and Austin Reeves had the ball in his hand, and it was a 3-on-1. He ended up getting the ball over to Russell Westbrook. He tried doing a tip pass to Patrick Beverley, and that ended up being a turnover. That ended up really costing the Lakers. Speaking of turnovers tonight, the Lakers had 17 turnovers, and you can't see it here, but the points off turnovers is really what made the difference in the game tonight. Charlotte had 32 points off turnovers compared to the Lakers' 11 tonight. So not great for the Lakers. Also, just looking again at the stats for tonight, LeBron, he was pretty quiet for the first 3 quarters tonight. I believe he had like 18 or 20 points in the fourth quarter for him to get his 34 tonight. But I would have liked to see him be a little more aggressive and try to take control of this game early in the third quarter, where I feel like when the Lakers really needed it. It seemed like he revamped up in the fourth quarter. So I get he's in his 20th season. I get he's older, but if this Laker team wants to win games right now, they have to go through LeBron as the number one option. And again, he had 34 points, so he still did ultimately what his above his averages are, but I still would have liked to see him try to be more aggressive in the beginning of the third quarter. I felt like in the fourth quarter it was already kind of too late when they tried to make a push. And again, down the stretch, Russ did make a bad turnover, but you can't base the whole game based off one play. So kind of tough there for LeBron tonight, but he had 34 points off 34 minutes, 2 rebounds. He had 8 assists tonight, 15 for 23 from the field, 4 for 8 behind the 3-point line. His 3-point shot was going in tonight. He was -6 in terms of his plus and minus from the field. Patrick Beverley scored in double figures tonight, and he played 30 minutes, but this is probably one of Pat Bev's better game of the season so far, honestly, with 11, 6, and 3. Um, Lonnie Walker, I haven't been seeing what I thought I would see with him with Anthony Davis out of the lineup and with Russ not playing and Austin Reeves not playing the last couple of games. I was hoping Lonnie Walker would be able to step up, kind of like what we saw last season with Malik Monk when there was a lot of injuries and Malik would have his 27-point games, his 30-point games, and I wanted to see if we can get that type of production out of Lonnie Walker as well, because honestly, Lonnie Walker could score. He's been kind of inconsistent the last couple of games, but he can definitely score the ball, especially behind the 3-point line. Um, he's so athletic; he can get to the rim and kind of shoot above people. So, I think he's just a more athletic version of like a Malik Monk who we had last season. So, just a little disappointed to see that from Lonnie Walker, but he is having a career year. Hopefully, he ends up picking it back up. He's definitely playing ahead of or playing bigger than his current contract where he's currently at right now. But now we currently have Darvin Ham speaking with the media following the Laker loss to the
also kind of that being a metaphor for everything else with these last couple of weeks.
Just trying to put as much speed, toughness, and athleticism on the floor as possible. And losing him is, it was a huge blow. But no time to feel sorry for yourself. You had to pick up and try to adjust on the fly. And so we thought going small with Bron at the 5 would be a good option, and it proved to be just that. It was a great option. We just didn't make enough plays. My hat's off to Charlotte. Coach Cliff, hell of a coach, great young ball club. Their record is what it is, but got some really good young talented guys that have been in big moments and closed out games. But at the end of the day, this one pisses me off a little bit because, again, we constantly talk about with our team as a staff, our self-inflicted wounds, not protecting the paint, not holding teams to one possession after we played our tails off defensively to give up second or third opportunities to them on offensive glass. And then once we get the ball, not being disciplined with our running habits, turning the ball over. They 17 turnovers, 32 points for them. That's we can control that. 62 points in the paint. We can control that with our shifts and activities and being better on the ball. We have to do a much, much better job, again, of maintaining competitiveness, closing out teams, to hold them to one possession by possession, just holding them to one shot. And when we get the ball, being organized, being better organized. And as a staff, we're going to work our asses off to make sure we do just that. We get better in those areas. And, to me, that's the story of the game.
Getting down by double digits, clawing back, getting down again. How does that affect the team? Is that part of what you're talking about, not being happy about?
Yeah, we just can't assume because, one of them is out. We have first ballot Hall of Famers on this roster that, we can just play around with the game and waste possessions and someone's going to put their cape on and come save the day. We have to get out in front of things. We have to be the ones that set a tone, not match someone else's energy. We have to understand that possession by possession by possession, the intensity level has to raise, the competitiveness has to raise, the togetherness has to raise throughout the 48-minute game. You have to get strong as the game gets longer. And again, self-inflicted wounds, man. We again, all the credit in the world to Charlotte. They played a hell of a ball game, but we helped them. We helped them tonight, and we got a lot of things we need to tighten up. And it's a quick turnaround. We're about to start out on a 5-game road trip, and we get an opportunity on Sunday to see what we learned from over these past few games. And AD's situation is what it is. We'll find out about Thomas, but this league is heartless. It doesn't feel sorry for one another, you know. Got guys injured, oh well, still got to play, you know. Someone's having a bad stretch, oh well, still got to play. So the biggest thing we can do is reiterate our principles and make sure we are executing those on both sides of the ball and keep pushing forward and try to get better and learn from these losses.
Darvin, it's 3 straight games giving up 130 plus. Obviously, one of those games you didn't have, majority of your rotation guys. But where's the biggest slippage been defensively these last few games? I mean, obviously 80's out, but is it as simple as that, or are you, seeing
again just activity all over the place? And again, we have to adjust that. We can't just think that we're going to be able to be soft on the ball or not help off the ball, not be in position to help off the ball, and somebody's just going to fly out of nowhere and block a shot at the rim. Like we have to be on a string. Everyone has to understand where they need to be in regards to our half-court defense, whether it's isolations, pick and rolls, or post-ups. And we just got to raise our level. Again, we can't. It's a real circumstance with him not being in the lineup, and again, possibly Thomas not being in the lineup next game. Who knows? But we still have enough in that locker room defensively to get stops in the whole teams to a reasonable amount, quarter by quarter, half by half for the game. And we started out the season that way, and then we've kind of lost our way. But it's going to be more imperative now with AD not being there and possibly Thomas. But we just got to turn up our level individually to a man and as a unit. We got to turn up our level, and as coaches, we got to continue to harp on it, preach it, show it in film. It's hard because we don't get a lot of practice time, but whenever we get a chance to have a shoot around or touch the floor, that has to be the conversation. Our first line of defense is our defense. We have to make it to where our defense is creating easier offense, better offensive opportunities, and we'll get there. We're gonna keep chipping away at it. We'll definitely get there.
Last question.
That was Darvin Ham speaking with the media following the Lakers' loss to the Hornets, 134 to 130. A majority of that defense, him talking about their defense. Their defense as of late has been terrible. To start off the season, they started off 4th in defense. Then they climbed up to like 15th, and then they jumped up to 20th. And then after giving up 135 points the other night to the Wizards, and then giving up 100 and what did they give up tonight? 134 points. The Lakers dropped to 26th worst defensive team in the league right now. The stat was going all over the Spectrum feed that within the month of December, the Lakers are giving up the most points per opponent. So dead last in the NBA. So this defense that they're playing is a little ridiculous right now, and I don't know if it's because of all the players with the frustration of being in all these trade rumors going on. A lot of 3-point shooters or players who are shooters who end up being on the Lakers usually don't end up shooting well when they end up coming to the Lakers, whether it's just the spotlight, just something about those lights in downtown LA down at crypto.com. I don't know, but let's see. Derby 501st said Hornets shot 41 and 16 of those went down. I think you're referring to 3-point attempts. Yeah, Charlotte had shot 39% behind the 3-point line tonight, shooting 16 for 41. But the Lakers had a pretty good 3-point shooting night themselves. They shot 19 for 44 off 43%. So the 3-pointers wasn't really that much of an issue. I mean, it kind of is, but honestly, both teams didn't really play defense tonight. But points in the paint, that's something that really ended up killing the Lakers tonight, giving up 62 points in the paint to their 48. And all they really had on their team was Mason Plumlee and Kelly Oubre, which, don't get me wrong, Kelly Oubre usually brings it when he ends up playing the Lakers for some reason. But looking at the stats here, you could see Mason Plumlee played 31 minutes tonight, 11 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, shot 5 for 7 from the field. Kelly Oubre, he had 19 points tonight off 31 minutes. He had 5 boards as well. He had an assist, shot 8 for 15 from the field. I feel like whenever Kelly Oubre plays the Lakers, he always just wants to pretty much go at him. This man just blames Bron. This man just blamed Bron for this game. You can't just blame. I'm not just blaming LeBron. You can't blame LeBron. LeBron still had, at the end of the day, 34 points. But I was just saying within the third quarter, I would have liked to see him be more aggressive. You can also say within the start of the game that that the Lakers have not been good to start off games in the first quarter. And Russell Westbrook, right off the bat, I believe had like two turnovers within the first quarter. LeBron, he turned the ball over like 3 times in this game. Yeah, 3 times. So the Lakers ultimately turned the ball over 17 times tonight. So against a team who's struggling, who just brought their whole roster back with Rozier and LaMelo Ball or Gordon Hayward back in the roster. LaMelo Ball also did return a week ago. You want to try to put down any type of confidence that this team ends up having, and it seems like when other teams are coming in to play the Lakers, they're looking forward to scoring career highs against this team, since no one's playing defense right now. Even pregame, Lonnie Walker the fourth was saying that when he got signed here, he was talking about how he's all about defense, and defense is the main priority on why he's playing minutes. And then he said he's kind of gotten a little ahead of himself. He started feeling the ball a little more, and since he's been scoring a little more, he's not really focused on the defensive end. So, I'm looking at Lonnie Walker's stats tonight. He had 15 points, which, for the current season, he's averaging 15.5 points. So, he hit his average tonight, but I want to see more from him. From a standpoint with AD out of the game right now, and he's going to be out for at least 7 to 10 more days. Which we got news finally about that with Anthony Davis, that he did have a stress injury on his foot. So he will be reevaluated in 7 to 10 days. So we'll have to see what happens with that. But it's unfortunate, man. Also with Thomas Bryant, he ended up leaving the game early tonight in the third quarter with 3:16 left. He ended up going up for a shot, and he ended up having his shoulder grabbed, and he ended up not playing after that. So hopefully there's not anything major that happened to Thomas Bryant, because with Anthony Davis already out of this rotation, with a slim rotation we have in the 4 and 5 spot, with it's pretty much just Thomas Bryant and Wenyen Gabriel at this point, with Damian Jones, not really being able to be playable right now. So you even see Darvin Ham going towards LeBron James playing the 5 spot. So if Thomas Bryant is out of this lineup, that's going to be really unfortunate for the Lakers, who also are going to be going on the road a lot on this road trip or these next few games, and the Lakers haven't been great on the road. So just looking at the Lakers' schedule coming up, they have the Mavs coming up on Christmas. They end up playing the Magic, which the Magic have beat the Celtics twice within the last week and a half. They end up playing the Miami Heat, which they've been struggling, but that's also down in Miami. They play Atlanta, which they've been struggling a bit as well. Then they play the Hornets again, which the Lakers just lost to. The Heat again, and then they're finally back at home. So that's going to be a tough little road stretch where the Lakers are already 6 games below 500. Who knows where the Lakers will be at that point. It'll be hard to see. But now we currently have Russell Westbrook speaking with the media following the Laker loss to the Charlotte Hornets.
and how the game played out?
I'm not sure. I know we need to get stops, rebounds, but sometimes ball don't bounce your way. They competed, stayed in the game, and close the game out.
BT.
Maybe on this trip, AD, I'm sorry about that. Russ, this trip coming up, obviously you want to have AD. There's a chance you may not have Thomas. What's going to be the biggest challenge for you guys going on this 5-game road trip?
I don't know. Honestly, man, I think just for me, just one day at a time, take whatever challenge come next, and that's Dallas, and then go from there.
Chance, you have a question? Any more questions for us? Thank you, Russell.
Thank you.
That was Russ speaking with the media following the Laker loss again to the Charlotte Hornets with the final score of 134 to 130. Looking forward to the next game that the Lakers have coming up against the Dallas Mavericks. Let's go ahead and pull up their stats. You can see Dallas is currently 9th in the Western Conference right now. Where I wanted to go. Oh, here we go. You see they're currently 9th in the Western Conference. They're currently at 16 losses and 16 wins, right at 500. Luka has been playing phenomenal this season, which let's look at what he's been averaging. Luka's been averaging 32 points per game, 8.3 rebounds, 8.7 assists. In the MVP conversation right now, he pretty much has no help carrying that team on his back. So it's going to be a tough match for the Lakers on Christmas Day, which they play at 11 o'clock on Christmas Day. So tune in for that game for sure. Hopefully the Lakers can come out and bring some Christmas cheers, because the last couple of Christmases the Lakers have been kind of disappointing. So hopefully they end up bringing their A game and hopefully get a win against the Mavs. We'll see how LeBron is. Russ, he should be fitted back in since this was his first game back. Austin Reeves looked all right today, so we'll have to see what ends up happening during that game. But going back to their stats, you can see that Dallas, they don't really like to move up and down much. They play a lot of half court. Again, with Luka kind of being the main focal point of the offense. They're about in the middle of the pack in terms of field goal percentage. They're third in the league for 3-point field goals. So the Lakers definitely need to do a better job this game as well. And I talk about this a lot, about the Lakers playing perimeter defense. The Lakers need to know who they're guarding, and the person who's a specialist behind the arc, don't let them go. Just don't help so much. I feel like Lonnie Walker and Pat Bev, and especially LeBron lately, they get caught ball watching and they just let their man usually take wide open corner threes, which is pretty frustrating. So the Lakers definitely need to focus on watching the Mavs behind the 3-point line, again, since they average 14.8, which is third in the NBA right now. They're about middle of the pack in making those field goals at 35.9%. Again, the Lakers, you can see here that they usually out-rebound the Mavs, but this number is probably going down more and more with Anthony Davis out of the lineup. So the Lakers definitely need to do a good job of getting some boards and guards going in for rebounds, as you see Wenyen Gabriel and Thomas Bryant boxing out a lot. So we need other guards to come in and start getting some offensive rebounds. The Lakers are terrible in offensive rebounds this season at 20th, but their rebounds this season isn't too bad, because their main strategy is to go for defensive rebounds and get back, which their current stats for that is okay. I can't find it right now, and that's one of the cons of going live, is sometimes you're not able to pull up some information, but all good. But either way, I wanted to talk a little bit about LaMelo Ball tonight. LaMelo had some clutch threes down the stretch. LaMelo shot 9 for 22 tonight with 23 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. Shot 4 for 12 behind the three-point line. So he shot some wild three-pointers that were not very great shots, but ultimately he ended up hitting a couple of deep threes, almost where the logo was, and they were timely shots. So I'm sure that had to feel good for LaMelo Ball coming back home from Chino Hills, playing against his hometown Lakers team. So great game for him. I know that Terry Rozier has been a target for the Lakers in trade rumors, so this was kind of a tryout game for him as well. He played well tonight against the Los Angeles Crowd, putting up 23 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists, shooting 9 for 15 from the field. So ultimately the Lakers just couldn't stop anyone tonight, just like they haven't been able to stop anyone the last few games. So kind of tough for the Lakers. Hope, like Darvin Ham said, just trying to encourage the guys just to play some defense and be aware of who exactly they're guarding. So we'll have to see what happens with that. And in other rumors, there's a report going around right now that Zach LaVine wants to go to the Lakers. That has been very clear for a while now, according to Sean Devaney from Heavy.com. So to be able to get that trade done with Zach LaVine, I believe he's making like $45 million. You will most likely have to include Russell Westbrook. For a talent like Zach LaVine, you'll probably have to add both the first round picks. You'll probably have to put some type of filler in. I wouldn't give them Austin Reeves, but I'd possibly throw in Lonnie Walker into that mix if somehow the salaries match up. Who else would give them Kendrick Nunn all day if they'll even take them. Who else is on this roster that you can give up? You can try to give away some draft capitalization, give them a second round pick maybe as well. People are saying trade Dennis Schroeder. I think if Dennis Schroeder stays with the team after trading Westbrook, I think that'll open the floor a little bit more for Schroeder. He knows how to. He's played with Anthony Davis and LeBron before, so I actually am more of the side of keeping Schroeder and seeing him kind of develop as the season goes on. Since he is starting to get his confidence back, he has been scoring more consistently as of late. So I would prefer to keep Schroeder within the starting lineup, and obviously getting Patrick Beverley out of here. I don't even think he should still be in the starting lineup, to be honest. I think Austin Reeves should have been in the starting lineup probably 7 or 8 games ago. But speaking of Austin Reeves, we currently have him speaking with the media following the Laker loss to the Hornets.
It comes with sports. You obviously never want to see, one of your teammates in the situation 80's in, whatever it is. You don't want to see, like I said, anybody get hurt. But you got to figure it out. Tonight was a game that, we, you give them credit, but, I think they had 32 points in transition. We had a lot of turnovers. I had a bad one late. So obviously it's always frustrating losing. Nobody wants to lose. Nobody likes to lose, but it's sports. You win some, you lose some. And the great thing about the NBA is you play a lot of games. So we'll have another chance on Christmas Day.
You mentioned a couple of the turnovers, but just overall, where did you feel like you guys lost this game?
I think it comes down to the runs we give up. I think a lot of times teams go on a 10-0 run pretty quick against us. If you can manage those to, maybe like a 10-4, like a 8-4, 8-2, instead of giving up a 10-0, 12-0 run, then, it's not as bad, obviously. So I think when things are going bad, we got to figure out a way to, stop the bleeding. And that's on us as players. We got to figure it out as the game's going on. But, like you said, there's a lot of things, transition, points off turnovers. I don't know how we shot the free throw tonight, but a lot of things go into it.
That was Austin Reeves speaking with the media following the Laker loss to the Charlotte Hornets with the final score of 134-130. Austin Reeves talking about the Lakers stretches where they go cold and the other team goes on runs. Particularly within the second quarter, it was crazy. There was like 3 big runs in the game. I believe the Hornets went on like 11-2 run. And then the Lakers went on like a 14-3 run. And then the Hornets went on another run after that. But the Lakers typically in the third quarter usually end up folding. They're not great in the third quarter this season. Especially tonight, they gave up 8 straight points straight out of the locker room to the Hornets. They went down as much as 18 points within the third quarter tonight. So it was a tough hole to be able to stretch to come out of in the fourth quarter. And LeBron played really well within the fourth, but it just obviously wasn't enough for him. I'll show you guys the stats right now for the Lakers in the fourth quarter to the Hornets tonight. Okay, we can see here in the fourth quarter tonight, LeBron had 18 points off 12 minutes. He had 4 assists, 1 rebound. He had a turnover. He went 8 for 10, shooting 80% in the fourth quarter, shooting 2 for 3. So like I said, LeBron in the fourth quarter ended up stepping it up, and that's why I was saying that I wanted to see him be more aggressive in the third. Because in the third, when the Lakers went on a 8-0 scoring run, the Lakers had nothing going. So I think to start the third, you have to make an adjustment by Darvin Ham. I think it's taking out this guy, Patrick Beverley, in the starting lineup and to start off the third quarter. Maybe keep Austin Reeves in the game or Russell Westbrook, because every time then after the third quarter starts and the other team goes on some type of run, you bring Russell Westbrook back into the game, and he starts to bring energy back to the team that the Lakers were lacking to start off those quarters. So I think starting off Russell Westbrook, you don't have to start him for the game, but at least starting him to start the other quarters is vital to getting the team to get on that push. I feel like a lot of the times watching LeBron throughout the game as well, he seems slow. Like even passing him the ball, like him going to reach for it to go for it, it seems a couple of seconds off. Him defending different wings or guards on the perimeter, trying to close out on them, he just looks like 2 or 3 seconds behind everything. And again, I know he's in his 20th season. He's playing great for his 20th season, but you could definitely see the decline in his defense. He could play defense what he wants to, but for most of the time right now, he's not an efficient defender. So it's kind of tough when you already have Anthony Davis out, who's arguably the best two-man player in the game right now. But speaking with LeBron, we have him speaking with the media right now.
This is the night, and like you said, another don't say disappointing, because I'm not disappointed in our effort, not disappointed in other guys. Just, you know, you want to be out there and be able to win the game that's right there for you. But the trip begins tomorrow when we start preparing for Dallas on Sunday, and then we go from there.
LeBron, Darvin mentioned self-inflicted wounds kind of again. What did you see down the stretch that kind of ended up not going in your guys' favor?
No, it wasn't just down the stretch, it's the whole game. I mean, we had 17 turnovers, gave up 32 points off of that. They had 29 points on the break. So, you know, we're okay with some of our attack turnovers, but some of our unforced, careless turnovers that are resulting in just easy, fast break points, or, you know, not matching up in transition, not matching up in, and you know, not putting bodies on bodies for rebounds, things of that nature. Those are self-inflicted wounds that we just don't have a lot of room for error. And, you know, we have to be able to control the things that we can control.
LeBron, when you guys get down 16, make a dash to come back, get down again, how does that manifest itself as the game goes on in late game situations like that?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, the game is not over till the zeros, you know, in the fourth. So getting down 16, being up 16, whatever the case may be, you still got to keep playing, keep saying, maintain focus. It's one possession at a time, and that's what we did in the third. I mean, we got down 16, then we made a substitution. The guys came in, gave us a rally, and you know, and just played some good basketball. And then when we got back in, we just tried to keep it going. And but you know, we had chances.
Janice. Thanks, LeBron.
That was LeBron speaking with the media. Again, following the loss to the Hornets. Looking around the scores around the rest of the NBA tonight, we have the Magic beat the Spurs tonight, 133-113. The Spurs are in tanking mode for Wembanyama. The Sixers beat the Clippers tonight, 119-114. That game was back and forth all night. The Nets beat the Bucks tonight, 118-100. That was a good matchup. KD versus Giannis. The Bulls beat the Knicks tonight, 118-117. Close game there at the Garden. DeMar DeRozan won the game for them at the buzzer, which he's also in trade discussions with the or trade rumors with the Lakers. The bets have him coming to the Lakers as a top destination. So we'll have to see what happens there. The Celtics beat the Timberwolves 121-109 tonight. That's big for the Celtics, which they haven't been winning as of late. The Hawks beat the Pistons tonight, 130-105. That's a good game for them. You're starting to hear rumbles of Trae Young wanting to be out of Atlanta, so we'll have to keep an eye out on that as well. The Raptors beat the Cavs tonight, 118-107. The Mavs beat the Rockets tonight, 112-106, and that's who the Lakers play next. I believe Luka had like 50 tonight. If I didn't, yeah, he had 50 points tonight, 10 assists, 8 rebounds, playing 42 minutes. Then the second best player on that team, Christian Wood, he had 8 points. So you can see this team, and Spencer Dinwiddie as well. But you can see this team heavily relies on offense through Luka Doncic. So the Lakers definitely have a handful to look forward to next game on Christmas Day. Also around the league, the Pelicans beat the Thunder tonight, 128-125 in overtime. The Pacers beat the Heat tonight, 111-108. The Nuggets beat the Blazers tonight, 120-107. The Wizards beat the Kings tonight, 125-111. The Grizzlies beat the Suns tonight, 125-100. And then your Lakers lost to the Hornets tonight, 134-130. So again, the Lakers end up playing the Denver Nuggets on Christmas. Make sure to tune in to that game. That game is going to be at 11:30 on Sunday. I won't be going live until Tuesday, which is going to be the next game where the Lakers face the Orlando Magic at December 27th at 4 o'clock. So this is the last game for the Lakers down at Crypto.com Arena for the year. So look forward to get some more Laker basketball at home for next season. So yeah, make sure to tune in Tuesday, December 27th after the Magic game. Also be going live for that game. And maybe during that time we'll have some type of trade or something else coming up for the Lakers with rumors being that Zach LaVine wants out of Chicago, DeMar DeRozan wants out. Maybe the Lakers do some type of move with Terrence Ross. We know right now the Pistons or Hornets are pretty much ready to sell. So maybe getting Terry Rozier. He played a good game tonight.